Hello everyone, I hope you're doing great. In this video, I'd like to talk about a very interesting topic. So, have you wondered by any chance what happens when you are under anaerobic conditions? So this means that you don't have any oxygen, you're out of oxygen, or you're exercising so much that your body cannot keep up with the demand for oxygen. So what happens to the body when there isn't enough oxygen? What does it do? So what happens when there's not enough oxygen? That's the question. So when there isn't enough oxygen, the pyruvate that we make in glycolysis is stuck. It cannot go to the mitochondria and into the electron transport chain. Remember, under aerobic conditions, the NADH that we make in glycolysis will eventually lead to the production of ATP via the electron transport chain, via a shuttle system specifically that we will talk about later. But if there's no oxygen, however, that pyruvate actually that we make in the muscle from glycolysis remains in the cytosol. So if there's no oxygen, glycolysis still occurs via this process. We go from glucose to pyruvate. We actually make two pyruvates, right? And in this process, we make 2 net ATP. In addition to 2 NADH. So we use 2 NAD plus and we make 2 NADH. So the net result from glycolysis is that we make 2 ATP and 2 NADH, right? So this pyruvate will actually eventually, if there's no oxygen, in the cytoplasm, it's going to cause the production of lactate in the muscle. So in the muscle, we're actually going in this direction. We go from pyruvate to lactate, or lactic acid. And this will occur via an enzyme called lactate dehydrogenase. So in the muscle, pyruvate is going to go to lactate via lactate dehydrogenase. Why is this important? Because when you go from pyruvate to lactate, you actually regenerate the NAD plus that you need for glycolysis. So we can go through glycolysis again and again and again and again, and we can make more and more ATP. We can actually make that 2 ATP again and again, right? Because when we convert from pyruvate to lactate, we regenerate the NAD plus that's needed for glycolysis to continue. And because we make 2 pyruvates in glycolysis, we actually make, when both of them get converted to lactate, we make 2 NAD plus, which is exactly what's needed for glucose to be converted into pyruvate so that we can make 2 ATP in glycolysis. Okay? So that's why this happens. Pyruvate gets converted in lactate in the muscle cytoplasm when we don't have enough oxygen, so we can undergo glycolysis again and again so that we can make more and more ATP, right? And as you know, per each cycle of glycolysis, we'll make 2 ATP. So this is really important to understand. Now, what happens later is in the liver, this lactate actually gets converted, so the lactate that we make in the muscle will be sent off to the liver. And in the liver, it's going to be converted back into pyruvate by the same enzyme, lactate dehydrogenase, okay? Because this is actually a reversible reaction. It's just that in the muscle it goes this way, whereas in the liver it goes the other way, from lactate to pyruvate. And then the pyruvate will be used in gluconeogenesis to make glucose. So the lactate acts as a substrate for gluconeogenesis in the liver. The glucose made can then be sent back to the muscle to make 2 ATP via glycolysis. So this interplay between the liver and the muscle is actually known as the Cori cycle. And this is what happens under anaerobic conditions. We completely bypass the mitochondria and the electron transport chain in the muscle but rather only do glycolysis in the muscle, which occurs in the cytoplasm. And then we convert it to lactate to regenerate the NAD+.